Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Genre Makers episode. For those of you who don't know, this is a series that I made to explore games that brought something unique, changed, or redefined a genre as we know it, and today I want to make an argument for a game series that, while it may not have seemed like it was redefining anything at the time, I feel like it combined a few things and brought some new mechanics to play that really did, in a lot of ways, redefine how we think of the action platformer. Coincidentally, it has many of the games of the past, become a bit of a blueprint for a lot of the indie games that have come out since. And it's truly picked up steam. So without further ado, let's take a look into Capcom's history and Megaman in particular. Megaman, also known as Rockman in Japan, was dropped into the world around 1987, introducing the world for the first time to the main character. Honestly, the game itself actually consisted primarily of navigating our main protagonist, Megaman, through various stages using his buster cannon that would shoot small pellets at enemies. Your objective was to make it to the end of the stage, which was no small achievement for a Mega Man game, and face off against a robot master at the end of the stage. Defeating this boss would reward Mega Man with a new weapon. This new weapon would have its own energy bar that could deplete when used, and this could be refilled by picking up energy pickups throughout the stage. This added an interesting and unique dynamic to the game as a whole, and was something that we really hadn't seen before Capcom introduced it. And it really did change the game. You see, on top of this mechanic, the player could pick any level that they wanted to start, so the trick became picking the right level that you felt you could beat the boss on, and figure out how to use that robot master's weapon to successfully get to the end of the next stage, and hopefully use it to exploit a weakness in that boss. This kind of gameplay gave the player more agency in the game in a few ways. First off, the ability to select the stage that you wanted to tackle. If you found one stage too hard, simply select another and try that one. You can get to the end of the stage but you're struggling with a boss, well, try one of the weapons you've collected and see if it works against him. Nothing working? Try another stage. This kind of trial in the stage and weapons selection is what got players invested in what order to start in, which bosses were weak to what, and started a whole lot of conversations in classrooms, playgrounds, you name it. You see, the developers wanted gamers talking. They also wanted to get noticed in gaming magazines. This was one of the most effective ways to do that in the early days of gaming, which would be to have things like Easter eggs or hidden mechanics for players to find. Publishers would then write up articles on it in gaming magazines, effectively giving the developer free advertising for their games. And the Mega Man teams were masters at this, not only having robot master weaknesses, weapons that made certain normal enemies easier to deal with, etc. In the X series, they even had stages that if you did them in certain orders would change things in subsequent stages. This became an eye-opener to many a gamer. With the flexibility of the weapons and stages to choose from, it gave the game a sense of progression that many games around this time actually just lacked. The further that you got into the game, the more powerful you felt, having more abilities to be able to handle any given different situation. Rather than looking for a power-up, you had one in hand already, you just had to select it and know where to use it. On top of this, the game had more stages after you beat the rest of the masters, where you could take your fully powered up Mega Man and put him to the true test of fighting your way through Wily's castle before facing him down yourself. The concept took off, spawning a number of sequels and a franchise that would live on to this very day, with 11 in the main series to date, and with multiple series having taken root as well, like Network, Star Force, and the X series of games. It also influenced games like Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, Panzer Paladin, and 30XX, just to name a few. However, what do you guys think of this one? Do you think this deserves to be on the series? Do you think it was influential to platforming as much as I do? Which is your favorite Mega Man? Heck, what's your favorite Mega Man-like game? Let me know in the comments. While you're there, if you don't mind, please leave this video a like. And if you see more of my content you like, consider following the channel. That actually helps me out a ton. Till we meet again though, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me, and until we meet again, happy gaming.